John doesn't really, as far as I'm aware, he has sometimes an idea of what he wants to achieve, but it's such an organic process that it ends up evolving, and even if he didn't, have an idea, it turns into its own self.
Well, my journey began in New York. I was a professional sculptor, had a bronze sculpture workshop, and eventually opened my own business at Bondi Beach, doing commissions for the National Trust and corporate sculptures.
Been working with John for the last 6 or 7 months, working on the big bronze tree, and from there going forward we've been working on some portraits of Juanita Nilsson, trying to get more exposure for her and to get her name out in the public. We come up with an idea. I initially was a graphic designer, and I still am, so I would come up with some drawings for this piece in particular, put them together, and then together from that we expand on ideas.
I've developed quite a few skills being in Australia, but just through practicing the craft, you pick up things every day. You learn from people you work with.
Working with John, you learn everything about human nature, the evolution of the soul, all these sort of more than just the material techniques. So it helps you become more of a rounded person, I think.
Well, I draw mainly my inspiration from ancient history, time and space.
I was also part of the Civil Rights Movement, the March on Washington, and Woodstock. Not so much the hippie movement. I was more influenced by the jazz movement and some of the writers at the time, Ginsberg, Kierkegaard, all the philosophies, existential philosophies. Well, I always try to do something new, but as I said before, I'm mainly influenced by time, space.
I'm a really good witness of his creative process. The piece behind me was not a piece yesterday, and he just got inspiration. We were preparing for the shoot, and he just had that creative moment and made the sculpture. So a lot of it is, even though it's inspired by his dreams, very often they just evolve, and they're always in transition.
Metaphysical sort of approaches to my art and to life.
Such a smooth dancer.